Good evening, viewers. You're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Choudhry. Lots up coming in for you. But first up, allow me to take you through the headlines. Last-minute hiccups in NDA seat split in Bihar. BJP-JDU yet to agree on seats for smaller allies. Talks on seats for Chirag, Maji, Kushwaha. Trouble mounts for RJD. Special CBI court says Lalu was seemingly the fountainhead of conspiracy in IRCTC scam. Lalu accused of tweaking railway tenders. Big setback for Tamil Nadu government. SC transfers Karur stampede probe to CBI. Also flags remarks by TN cops against TVK. Vijay hails verdict, says justice will prevail. Politics rages on over Bengal gang rape horror. BJP tears into Mamata for victim shaming. India Today accesses complaint copy. Big India Today impact. ED raids 7 Chennai sites linked to killer cough syrup, cold rift manufacturer and Tamil Nadu drug control officials. At least 22 kids lost their lives after consuming the cough syrup. All living Israeli hostages released by Hamas. Trump received standing ovation in Israeli parliament, says beginning of golden era in Gaza. Left Israeli MPs who disrupted Trump's speech were expelled. All right, well, just a short while ago, and that's the news that we are tweeting. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has hailed Trump over the release of hostages. Prime Minister Modi, taking to the social media platform X, has tweeted, "We welcome the release of all hostages. After over 2 years of captivity, their freedom stands as a tribute to the courage of their families, the unwavering peace efforts of President Trump and the strong resolve of Prime Minister Netanyahu. We support President Trump's sincere efforts to bring peace to the region." Joining me for more is my colleague Geeta Mohan. Geeta, what more can you add?
Well, the Prime Minister has, every time there's been a forward movement in this entire conversation between Israel and Hamas earlier, and then President Trump's role, Prime Minister Narendra Modi either spoke or, for that matter, tweeted about it. And this is the latest with the release of hostages. It is a huge event. It is a huge day where 20 of the Israeli hostages now are reunited with their families. And therefore, credit goes to President Trump. But over here, he not only credited Trump but also has credited Prime Minister Netanyahu. World leaders coming out, including Netanyahu himself, and thanking President Trump for what has been delivered when it comes to not just the peace or ceasefire for now, but also the fact that hostages have returned home. Prime Minister Narendra Modi made it very diplomatic. He has credited Trump, but also spoke about Prime Minister Netanyahu's leadership in this case. So a diplomatic tweet over here by Prime Minister Modi, where he's mentioned both the leaders, while the world is hailing what President Trump has done in terms of ensuring that there is a release of the hostages.
Thank you, Geeta, for joining us with that quick update. We're going to come back to you for more. For the rest, you can tune into my colleague Geeta's show at 10:30 p.m. With that, I want to quickly shift focus viewers to an incident that has led to shockwaves across West Bengal and the rest of the country. In the wake of the alleged gang rape of a medical student in West Bengal's Durgapur, West Bengal Governor C.V. Ananda Bose has met the victims inside the hospital. This is the latest news break coming in. Governor Bose went out lashing out at the TMC government, saying what has happened is outrageous, it's shocking to the public conscience. This is not the first of its kind. In the recent past, we've had similar experiences. The TMC has been quick to come back, once again suggesting that the governor acting at the behest of the centre. All right, so these were visuals that came in a short while ago of the governor of West Bengal meeting the survivor of the gang rape, coming out and saying, taking on the TMC government of West Bengal, suggesting that West Bengal TMC fosters an atmosphere where incidents like this keep happening.
The victim is under excellent care. Medically, there is a lot of improvement. I checked up with the doctors who are treating her. But her mental state, as you know, she is very disturbed. I talked to the parents, what we discussed. I will keep it confidential. But it has given a clear message that Bengal society is not a society which is safe for women. This is a very wrong message which should go. So this is a time when everyone has to come together and to ensure that Bengal is a safer place for the girl child to live and progress.
Sir, did she speak to you regarding the incident?
See, what transpired between me and the victim should be confidential, so I will not discuss anything of that nature now.
So do you also think Bengal is not safe for women?
All right, viewers, so that's the West Bengal governor meeting the survivor of the gang rape horror of Durgapur, but there's a larger controversy there, where though the West Bengal police acted quickly and said all 5 accused in the alleged gang rape case of Durgapur private medical college student are in custody, however, there is a huge row over a statement made by Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's remarks, which smack of pure misogyny. BJP has now taken that up, started a 6-day protest dharna in the state from today. The parents of the rape survivor want their daughter to be taken back to Odisha soon, as they say they feel insecure in Bengal. But what was the statement that was made by Mamata Banerjee? Listen in.
BJP started its 6-day protest against Mamata Banerjee government, accusing the state of shielding the accused and failing the survivor of Durgapur gang rape. The leader of opposition in West Bengal, Suvendu Adhikari, led the protest with the father of the victim by his side.
Tinamul hatao, beti bachao. It is the main slogan in everywhere in Bengal. They don't allow leader of opposition to talk with doctors. The private medical authority, college authority called me at 8 a.m. in the morning that we are in pressure. Whose pressure? Mamata's pressure.
BJP intensified its attack on the ruling party and its chief minister after their victim-shaming remarks. Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, first said in a press meet that girls should not venture out of campus at night, only to turn around later and blame the media for distorting her comment.
It's a good meeting. We don't allow anything to be considered as a casual case. It's a serious case we consider. And that girl, it's a shocking. She was studying in a private medical college. So all the private medical college, whose responsibility? Especially the girl child at night time. They should not be allowed to come out in the outside. They have to protect themselves also. There is a forest area.
আমি প্রথমেই আপনাকে বলি দমদের মেয়াদ থেকে আমি কিছু বলেছি আমার কথা ডিস্টর্ব করা হয়েছে প্লিজ আপনাদের একটা রিকোয়েস্ট করব আমাকে আপনারা কোশ্চেন করবেন আর তারপরে ডিস্টর্ব করবেন আমি ভাত খাই সেটা না বলে আমি ভাত বলে দিচ্ছেন এইসব রাজনীতি আমার সাথে করার চেষ্টা করবেন না কারণ আমি আপনাদের সাথে মিট করি অনেকে মিটই করেন না কোশ্চেন তৈরি করে দিয়ে উত্তর দেয়
Other women leaders of TMC too tried to justify the situation.
There will be 1 or 2 cases in a society. You cannot find any country in the world where this really doesn't take place. We think this is heinous crime. We want the perpetrator to be punished.
The medical college student is under treatment and her family is scared of her security.
Mamata Banerjee,
वो तो देखिए, वो तो लड़की का दर्द नहीं समझेगा। मेरे
बंगाल सरकार
किसी को न्याय दीजिए।
बंगाल सरकार की ओर से किसी ने कांटेक्ट किया आपसे?
हम जल्दी उड़ीसा निकल जाएंगे, यहाँ से हम नहीं रहेंगे।
सर आप उड़ीसा चले जाएंगे क्या?
हाँ,
बेटी को लेकर?
हाँ, हमारा यहाँ से कुछ भरोसा नहीं है। मेरा लड़की का लाइफ बर्बाद कर दिया।
West Bengal elections are about 6 months away. The horror of politics takes center stage, surrounding a young girl and her brutal assault. The 3 terms old woman chief minister of the state, in about a year once again failed to ensure safety of women in West Bengal. After rape and murder of Abhaya of RG Kar Medical College in August 2024, one more girl is gang raped. And once again, it is politics and blame game that rises above the basic need of the citizens to feel safe and secure. Bureau Report, India Today.
Joining me right now is West Bengal Cabinet Minister Dr. Shashi Panja. Dr. Panja, thank you for taking the time out and joining us, ma'am. First up, can you get us up to speed in terms of, it's not the first incident of rape that has come in from your state. I've had you multiple times on my show, but what is it that the government is doing with the current case that has come up from Durgapur?
Well, as you are aware, right from day one, the incident which happened on 10th of October and till now, the Durgapur Bengal Police has arrested the 5 who have been named by the survivor in the FIR. So 5 arrests. So this is commendable action. And of course, these perpetrators will face the strictest punishment. Meanwhile, the AITC, the party, has condemned, and Honorable Chief Minister has also expressed her concern, her deep concern, and how serious Bengal's government is about this entire matter. The survivor is undergoing counseling and, of course, treatment of her physical injuries.
Dr. Panja, you know, while action has been taken in terms of the arrest, but a larger question comes in on mindset, and certain pertinent questions are being raised today with what the Chief Minister of West Bengal said at the back of this rape. And that primarily, you have the BJP, you have many members. You know, for a woman, I would also be affronted if I hear a chief minister actually victim shame and blame the victim. Did Mamata Banerjee actually blame the victim when she said that students need to be careful or that women need to be careful themselves? What was she doing out at 12:30 at night? Because that is victim shaming, ma'am.
No, this is very unfortunate that her statement and her concern has been so severely and blatantly distorted. This is not what she meant. It was truly her concern. And in fact, she herself has clarified it, about her statement, because when she spoke to the press before departing for North Bengal, so she spoke to the press at Damdam Airport. And of course, while traveling, the news reached her. So after she landed too, she retorted and she told the press that do not distort what I said. In fact, if you follow the Bengali language in which she spoke to the press, it is something like that. She also said that I eat rice. I did not say I make the rice. Something. So people in Bengal are also quite aware that the statement has been distorted. She is concerned, and that is why she was speaking about beefing up security and surveillance at maybe the campus or beyond the campus, which is something which the government and the administration is doing throughout the year. So it is very unfortunate, and let's not politicize this too. From day one, we have been saying. In fact, I was also traveling that day, and some of your media caught up with me, and I too said the same thing, that allow the police to investigate. The situation in Bengal of this political party, Bharatiya Janata Party, is so deplorable. Their reaction, they immediately jumped the gun, and the police is investigating. The police has even utilized certain methods, the drone method, and look at the quick 5 arrests while we speak. And I just don't wish to get into tutu meme. But yes, there have been crimes in the country. In Lucknow, of a 16-year-old tribal girl, a 14-month-old child in Tripura, a girl rape in Jaipur. It's not about your rape and my rape. We are all very concerned about any such crimes against women and the girl child. BJP, why are you politicizing? That is unfortunate. Even Odisha, look at the self-immolation of those girls. What have they done? Today we have the Odisha Women's Commission visiting Bengal. It is so very political for them. What is the Women's Commission of Odisha doing here? Well, the National Commission for Women came. The State Women's Commission has already taken suo motu and taken whatever action, etc. Everything is being done. Arrests are being made. Those who are jumping the gun are those who had actually spoken against the Aparajita bill, which speaks about the strictest punishment which should be given to the perpetrators of such sexual offences. BJP has themselves opposed it.
Dr. Panja, nobody's once denying that the Kolkata or the West Bengal Police hasn't taken prompt action in the gang rape where Durgapur is concerned. The point of concern and what is being construed as a highly disconcerting statement, which you say has been misconstrued and she's being misquoted, which is the Chief Minister at the back of the gang rape. Now, the statement that we have, ma'am, and feel free to correct me, is that the Chief Minister of West Bengal in the press brief said the girl was studying in a private medical college, how she came out at night at 12:30. So far, I know that the incident happened in a forest area. Investigation is on. I'm shocked to see the incident, but private medical colleges should have also taken care of their students, especially the girls should not be allowed to come outside at night. They, the female students, have to protect themselves too. Ma'am, many will view this statement as victim shaming.
No, those who would know Mamata Banerjee would know that this is not victim shame. Those who would know the politics behind the distortion would also agree that it has been just, very conveniently blown out of proportion, out of what she has said. She truly meant that the private hostels or the private colleges should also beef up the security and surveillance. And, everybody, she is concerned, she's worried, she's a woman herself. So she said, we all should be, caring towards one another. I think, and we still feel that this is a very unfortunate, a way of interpretation. This is not what she meant. This is not what she means. She herself is a woman. Right. She has, in the past, when she was in these, tirading against the CPM government, all those 4 years of that government, she herself has stepped out in the dead of night. Why would she even say anything about when women...
So you're saying she's being misquoted because words like this would have never been used for a... If, juxtapose this, if this was a man in question or a boy in question, of that boy being out late at 12:30 at night and be assaulted would have never been used in the context.
Even
so you're saying
wrong.
She's being...
No.
So you're saying she's being totally misquoted. This is not what she said because this has been picked up from one of the press conferences, ma'am.
Yes, because I'll tell you what, and she's not evaded the press either. When she realized that her statement was being blown out of proportion, when she landed in Siliguri airport, she again addressed the press and clarified herself. What more? People evade. Heads of the governments of various states evade. There are many such instances and many such, we have seen how press conferences are avoided by the leaders of our country. She faced the press, so she did. So she clarified her statement.
All right, Doctor.
So that only shows that she wanted to say that she meant this. And just imagine a serious crime like that, and here BJP is trying to do politics with it, and again trying to draw the attention to themselves. They need not protest. What is the protest for? 5 people have been arrested. They are, again, I would say, trying to draw the attention towards themselves and again move away the attention from the crime. You see, now the survivor is important to her. Her parents are important to us, not the politics of this, just because elections are around the corner.
All right, Dr. Panja, thank you for joining us. What you say has been misconstrued or misquoted. We did take it out of one of the press conference, but you said she clarified that later. We're going to leave it at that. Thank you for taking the time out and joining us, Dr. Panja. Appreciate it. Thank you, ma'am. Misconstrued, clarified, but the fact remains, viewers, that the Chief Minister of West Bengal did say what I quoted to the Cabinet Minister. She might have clarified, she might say she's been misconstrued. But I want to take the debate further. Joining me this evening is Monojit Mondal, TMC supporter, political analyst, Shikha Mukherjee, political commentator, Sanju Verma, national spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party. Thank you for all three of you for joining us. I'll give three of you 2 minutes time to put your point forward. I'd like to begin with Shikha Mukherjee. And Shikha Mukherjee, the fact is, if this was a one-off, one could say that this was misconstrued and she was possibly quoted out of context, which she clarified. This is not a one-off. We've seen multiple times in the past where incidents like gang rape or rape happens, and one can hark all the way back to the Park Street rape victim, where Mamata Banerjee has used language which has been a little unsavory, to say the least.
Mamata Banerjee, there are two issues here. One is that Mamata Banerjee displays whenever there is a tight corner, politically tight corner, she tends to display a peculiar reaction, which is alarmingly similar to people who, frankly speaking, belong to a generation even older than mine, which is the same as about Mamata Banerjee's generation, which is that the victim is somehow to blame. In other words, and the problem is that if Mamata Banerjee had stopped by saying, 12:30, why did she need to go out? She should not have gone out. Whatever it is that she said, maybe that is a kind of knee-jerk protective statement from someone who is my generation. But she followed it up by saying that women need to behave in ways where they can keep themselves safe. Sorry, that is ridiculous. Women don't have to behave in any specific ways. And you're absolutely right, Preeti. If it were a young boy of maybe 20 who goes out at 12:30 at night, he's unlikely to be sexually assaulted. And he may be cautioned by everybody to play safe by not going out late. But taking care of himself is something that people really don't tell him, advise him to do. And that is a peculiar reaction which Mamata Banerjee has repeatedly demonstrated from the Park Street case, as you said. And again now,
right.
Why is it that...
Ma'am, I'll come to you. Your 2 minutes are up. We put a timer to it, and I'll circle back to you. I want to bring in Sanju Verma, and then I'll go across to Monojit Mondal. Sanju Verma, the fact is incidents like rape, incidents like gang rape can happen in any state. It's how quickly the state government reacts to it and takes charge. In this case, the state government has reacted. There are 5 accused that have already been arrested. We can go back to the RG Kaur Institute and the gang rape that happened there and murder. In that, once you look back, it's actually the Kolkata police that did a better job and did it in the first few days of it itself. So in that context, it's not that the West Bengal police is not doing their job, the administration is not doing their job. Even in this, the minute the explanation by the cabinet minister was Sanju Verma, the minute she figured that she was being misconstrued as what is being perceived, she came and clarified that she didn't mean anything like that.
Preeti, let me make one thing very clear. Mamata Banerjee is a repeat offender. Mamata Banerjee is a habitual offender. Each time she makes insensitive statements, the entire cabal of Trinamool Congress comes out and says, Mamata Didi was misinterpreted. Mamata Didi was misconstrued. oh, Mamata Banerjee meant something else, but the media understood something quite different. No, Mamata Banerjee is incompetent. Mamata Banerjee is insensitive. Mamata Banerjee has failed rape victims repeatedly. And what a shame. These kind of misogynistic statements coming from a woman chief minister, no less. Your audience needs to listen to this, Preeti. After the Park Street gang rape in 2012, I remember clearly, I was not in politics then, but I followed the case closely, and I remember Mamata Banerjee saying, women who go to discotheques, go clubbing, consume alcohol, have multiple partners, they invite rape upon themselves. Again, in the Hanskhali gang rape, where a 14-year-old minor was raped by a TMC MLA's son, I remember Mamata Banerjee saying, "Eta rape chilo, na eta love affair chilo, na meta pregnant chilo." How do we know whether this was indeed a rape or whether the girl was having an affair? It was a love affair gone wrong, or maybe she was pregnant, so she chose to make reckless allegations. These are the kind of insensitive statements coming from Mamata Banerjee, and now she has the audacity to say, why did the girl venture out after 12 a.m.? Why did the girl go out in a forested area? Why did the girl not protect herself? She had said similar stuff during the Arjikar rape and also during the South Law College, Kolkata gang rape. So Mamata Banerjee, resign if you can't.
All right, ma'am, your time is up. I'll come back to you. Manojit Mondal, you've been shaking your head every time we had Ms. Mukherjee speak or Sanju Verma speak. But the fact is for what it stands, sir. One might argue about competence because actually the West Bengal Police has been very competent in dealing with the crimes. What one needs to question constantly is the misogyny of it and the statements that have been made. Because it's not the first time, like I said, one can go all the way back to Park Street. The Chief Minister, strangely, has, made it in the kind of commentary regarding these incidents, one would think steeped in misogyny.
I think the Park Street comments have also been distorted. If you could show me any single bite of the Chief Minister during that point of time, I was also closely following the Park Street rape case. She did not say what you are saying right now, or Ms. Verma has said right now. We all know Ms. Verma is a repeat offender when it comes to, play all the repeat records. So I do not need to dignify her comments. I think what Mamata was trying to say, she was trying to fix accountability on the part of the college. I mean, I'm asking this question to you and to all others. Had it been a government-run institution, would you not ask the question to this institution that what have you been doing? What protection you are giving to your girl child or even the boys? He is a hostelite, for God's sake. Both the boy and the girl, they were hostelites. There would be some sense of discipline in the hostel that after a certain point of time, you are not supposed to go. Or even if you go out, you need to inform the authorities. That doesn't mean that if you go out, you should be getting raped. That's not the question. I think Mamata herself has made it amply clear in the same statement, mind you, in Bengali. I'm not going by the English, praise that she had in Dam Dam airport. I will go by the Bengali, praise that she had said. She has categorically stated she was meaning the hostelites, including the girls, especially the girls. We also studied in a hostel. We also stayed in a hostel and we had some discipline. It's still there. I'm sitting in the campus right now. And after 9 p.m., the girls are not supposed to go out. So what's wrong? And that doesn't mean that, like my good friend Shikha was saying, she did not talk about the women per se. She didn't talk about the women at large. She was talking about girls who are in the BS, studying in UG1 or 21, 22 years of age. Because since they are staying in the hostel authorities, the college authorities must have some responsibility in overlooking, overseeing what they are doing and where they are going.
Your time is good. Yeah, your time is up. But the fact is, I think you wouldn't doubt Shikha Mukherjee's Bengali. You can doubt my Bengali, you can possibly doubt Sanju Verma's Bengali. But I would think, sir, one second, hear me out. Shikha Mukherjee, she herself detailed what the Chief Minister said. She herself also detailed what was deeply problematic in not just this statement. There have been multiple statements, and let's put out all the graphics there. Because it's not once. If it was once, you can question that maybe she didn't she was misconstrued. She didn't mean to say it. Even in this, she follows it up where she puts the onus on the survivor now and not on what happened. Similar kind of statements would have not been made if this was a boy in question. I give all three of you 2 minutes each. I want to bring in Shikha Mukherjee first. Ma'am, 2 minutes, because, with all the regional pride that Mamata Banerjee portrays, with the whole package of Mamata Banerjee, practically flies in the face of comments like this.
It does tend to fly in the face of comments like this, but I'll correct Monojit Mondal on one issue. Even the Park Street rape case, what Mamata Banerjee said was that it was a staged incident, Shajano Ghotona, and that is on record. So yes, she tends to display a peculiarly patriarchal, orthodox view of how women need to conduct themselves when they are out in the, either as students or they're out in the evenings or wherever they are. But let me also say that this is a kind of patriarchal orthodoxy, which is the standard reaction across all of India. It's not true. It's not that Mamata Banerjee is the only wrongdoer. But having said that, to get back to the point that you raised, why Mamata Banerjee's knee-jerk reaction, I remember saying this before, her knee-jerk reaction suggests that she is steeped in this patriarchy. She has been socialized within this patriarchy and tends to react in a very defensive way about an incident like this, which involves crimes against women. Now, problem is that everyone's expectation from the new generation of leaders in India is that they will not be steeped. They will at least try and disguise their personal views, which is that they are extremely patriarchal in their attitude towards women. The other thing is that Mamata Banerjee cannot really step back. She cannot walk back from what she has already said. She will have to figure out a better way of handling things, the political fallout of what.
Right, ma'am, your time is up. 2 minutes. Sanju Verma, please go ahead, make your final comments.
Preeti, first and foremost, the West Bengal Police is also culpable. Let's not forget that the former police commissioner of Kolkata, a man called Vineet Goyal, had to apologize to the Kolkata High Court because he revealed the identity of the Arjikar rape and murder victim at a live press conference. Can you imagine a police, and that to a senior IPS officer, being so callous, so careless, so irresponsible? Did Mamata Banerjee sack Vineet Goyal? No. Vineet Goyal today heads the Bengal Police's Special Task Force on Law and Order. So Mamata Banerjee does not reward merit. Mamata Banerjee rewards irresponsible behavior. That is my point number one. My point number two is Mamata Banerjee is not just the Chief Minister, but the de facto Home Minister of West Bengal, and she has failed on both fronts. My point number three is this: be it Nandigram, Jalpaiguri, Uttar Dinajpur, Bardwan, Birbhum, Cooch Behar. Why have I named these places? These are places where in 2023 and 2024, women, they could be TMC supporters or BJP supporters or completely apolitical, they were disrobed and paraded naked in full public glare. And the lady you had on your show before the debate started, Shashi Panja, who's the Women and Child Development Minister of West Bengal, this video of hers is viral on social media even today. After the Jalpaiguri incident where a woman was paraded naked, Shashi Panja shamelessly said, "Abhi kapde utar gaye, to utar gaye, hua to hua." RG ka rape, Mamata Banerjee said, "Hua to hua." Law College gang rape, 3 months back, Mamata Banerjee said, "Hua to hua." Mamata Banerjee needs to be removed, and I'm sure the West Bengal Janta will do that in 2026.
Ma'am, your time is up. 2 minutes, Mr. Mondal, make your point.
The Brij Bhushan, whose son is now MP, everyone knows what he did. The Bilkis Banu gang rape cases, you garlanded them. The Benares Hindu University rape cases, where the perpetrators were seen now with none other than the Prime Minister. Manipur, how many times you want to say this? That doesn't mean that this case is justified. The fact remains, and I want to go back to Park Street rape case. And Shikhadi, you remember, we're again selectively quoting Mamtadi. What happened initially? 2 innocent persons were arrested because the victim could not identify the perpetrator. So you have to go back to the context of why this kind of statement was mentioned. Though I don't clearly remember what was the statement from Mamata Banerjee, that the 2 other people, the people who were not even present in Calcutta at that point of time, they were arrested initially by the police. So that's why that particular comment came out, perhaps. But the fact remains that it is the same.
So I'm going to hold you there. 1 second, just hold the timer. Are you justifying, 1 second, because the victim, A, could be in trauma, could not identify the perpetrators of the crime, are you justifying the statement on national television? Because I take personal affront to it, sir.
Because the circumstances were such that people were doubting, not just the politicians, even the police officers were doubting whether the case was genuine or not. Please remember that. The fact remains that the same police, same Mamata Banerjee's police had seen the case for a logical conclusion. In Kamdini rape cases also, the same Mamata Banerjee's police, had seen the case to the logical conclusion. What is your CBI doing? What have you done for other cases? Nothing. You talk about Binit Goyal, it is Mr. Binit Goyal under whose investigation the same Kolkata police has given them the justice. Not CBI. CBI is still looking for justice in this particular cases. So please, and even in case of law college cases, it is the same Kolkata police, despite the political, the identity of the perpetrators, they are still languishing in jail. Please do not lecture us on crime against women. Please look within. What have you done? You are rewarding the people like Brij Bhushan and others. We have removed him, but his son is an MP right now. So please, for God's sake, do not politicize rape. Rape is actually, I think, the result of a deeply nauseating patriarchal mindset. And this is happening everywhere.
Okay, sir, your time is up. I thank all 3 of our panelists for joining us. I am appalled that you said what you did, because of what the victim then, maybe in trauma, could not identify the perpetrators of the crime. And you actually said that is why the statement came out. This is exactly the mindset that we were speaking of right on the show, sir. We're going to let it rest for now. Thank you, our panelists, for joining us. All right, the latest news break coming in. Prashant Kishor-led Jan Suraj has announced its second list of candidates for 65 assembly constituencies in Bihar, taking the total number of declared nominees to 116 out of the 243 seats. However, suspense over Kishor's own poll debut continues. The second list does not include the contentious Raghopur seat, from where sitting Tejasvi Yadav will aim for a hat-trick. Now, this is the seat in which it has been contemplated that possible, if Prashant Kishor fights, will fight from here and make it a direct contest. However, till now, neither Prashant Kishor's name has come out in the list, nor has the party disclosed who will fight from the seat of Raghopur. I'm joined right now with my colleague Rohit Singh with the latest. Rohit, the second candidate list of Jan Suraj is out. Once again, a question mark on the political debut of Prashant Kishor, and the speculation around the seat of Raghopur continues. Raghopur continues.
Yes, Raghopur, that's right, Preeti, and the suspense is now continuing, but it looks like, it's almost certain that Prashant Kishor may not fight elections from Raghopur, because remember, it's already been 4 days that the nomination process for Raghopur is going on. Until now, he has not named any candidate for Raghopur, and the nomination ends on 17th of October. So there is a huge suspense that whether Prashant Kishor really intends to fight Tejasvi Yadav in Raghopur or not, that remains a big question. But since that he has not declared any candidate from Raghopur till now, is only making this suspense more and more grave, and remains to be seen that what happens with Raghopur. Does Prashant Kishor at the last moment decides to fight from Raghopur, or whether he feels some other candidate to take on Tejasvi Yadav? Back to you.
All right, so the suspense over Raghopur continues. We're going to keep a keen eye on all the speculations. Will PK fight take the political plunge? If he doesn't, well, doesn't it somewhere down the line shortchange of the grand plan that he has projected for Bihar? We're going to leave it at that. Thank you, Rohit, for joining us. With the battleground of Bihar all set. Now, seat sharing for the NDA has been sealed. However, where the seat sharing formula is concerned, but there is a fair amount of rancor where the allies are concerned on who will get the winnable seat. So that has been a bit of rancor or uncertainty where the NDA camp comes into question, because late yesterday, the NDA has come up with their own seat sharing formula already sealed. On the other hand, the Mahagathbandhan is yet to announce their seat-sharing formula, and time is ticking. In the middle of it, Lalu Yadav and his family being framed in charges by a Delhi court in the Irctc scam.
Just weeks before Bihar heads to the polls, the Lalu Yadav family faces a big jolt. A Delhi court has framed multiple criminal charges against RJD chief Lalu Prasad Yadav, his wife Rabri Devi and son Tejasvi Yadav in the Irctc scam case. Special Judge Vishal Gogne found enough evidence to push the case to trial. Lalu Yadav is charged with corruption, conspiracy and cheating, while Rabri Devi and Tejasvi face conspiracy and cheating charges. All have pledged not guilty, and the courtroom battle now begins. The CBI alleges that during his stint as railway minister, Lalu used his power to lease 2 IRCTC hotels in Ranchi and Puri to a favoured firm, in return for prime land parcels transferred to companies linked to his family at dirt cheap rates.
Trouble seems to be mounting for the Lalu family and leader of opposition in Bihar, Tejasvi Yadav. According to the FIR filed by CBI, Lalu Prasad, the then railway minister, entered into a criminal conspiracy with the owner of Sujata Hotel, Sarla Gupta. Now, charges have been framed against Tejasvi, Rabri and Lalu Yadav.
What also caught public attention was Lalu Yadav's entry in the court in a wheelchair. Earlier in the day, he was captured on camera during his morning walk. The BJP has come out swinging, accusing the Lalu family of exploiting the poor and warned that Bihar won't forgive such betrayal.
बिहार के मेरे भाइयों और बहनों, बुजुर्गों, नौजवानों, कभी तेजस्वी यादव के वादे के झांसे में मत आना। नौकरी तो मिलेगी नहीं, तुम्हारी जमीन छिन जाएगी, क्योंकि ये इनका टाइम टेस्टेड मॉडल है। बिहार को आगे बढ़ाने का ढोंग करते हैं आप, ये गलत है। हम इसकी बहुत ही भर्त्सना करते हैं।
The Congress, however, has called the timing of the charges highly suspicious, alleging a BJP-led conspiracy to weaken the opposition just before elections.
ये टाइमिंग तो बहुत जरूरी था भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए। ये जमाना कॉन्स्पिरेसी का ही है और साठगांठ का है, और इस आरोप को स्थापित करने का पूरा प्रयास हो रहा है।
Lalu Yadav is also facing investigation in a land for jobs case, where he is accused of giving railway jobs in return for land. With fresh corruption charges framed, the RJD's election campaign may take a hit. As election heat is rising, one thing is clear: the road to Patna is paved with high stakes and even higher drama. With Satyajit Kumar in Patna, Shreya Chatterjee and Anisha Mathur in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.